Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Interview number 2 is here. And hopefully you guys enjoy this one right here. Let's make sure you guys are all here. Just getting everything set up. And we will get there in a bit. Hey Lamar. Hey Terrence, how's everybody doing? Okay. We're just getting everything ready for a special guest right here to come on. Hey EarthTone, I see you. So let me know when you're ready. We get this thing popping. Let's get it going, you guys. All right, here we go. We just having a little technical problem trying to get EarthTone on here. Just bear with me one moment. Here we go. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How are you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain at all.
That's good. For anybody that's wondering who my special guest is right down here, this is my good friend, EarthTone.
Hey,
A rapper, cast host. You know, he does it all. Introduce yourself to everybody if I didn't explain yourself very correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you said enough. It's EarthTone. You already know what it is. You might have seen me around on IG, Twitter, Facebook, and all of that, all your socials. Q plus hip hop artist, producer, podcaster. Yeah.
And has one of the hottest songs out on one of the biggest web reality series, The Circle NYC, that just ended.
Okay.
Small Circle.
That too. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's been going on with you lately? Because I know it's been a while since we talked. Hello, Rico.
Yeah. It's been good, man. I've been busy. Been keeping busy during the whole, downtown quarantine pandemic slash, change of the world. Just been keeping busy, keeping moving, keeping motivated.
Hold up a minute. So we got to give Rico Casadon a shout on The Circle Atlanta.
Oh, yes.
A few days
First
ago.
episode is out. I just watched it the other day.
It's good, Rico. We love you on it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're gonna go right back to you this. So tell everybody where you're from and all the above.
I'm from East Orange, New Jersey. Born in Jersey City, New Jersey, but I'm a Jersey boy through. Now based in Astoria, Queens. So, that's where you can find me now, running through New York City. Yeah. Jersey boy through.
Okay, we see you.
Yeah.
So what made you want to get into the industry? If you don't mind me asking that question.
I don't really want to get into the industry, actually.
Well,
I'm kind of just doing what I do. Oh, shout out to my sister, she in the building. What's good, Stella? Yeah, man, I'm kind of, at this point, I just do what I do. I've been making music for a while. Since I was a youngin', maybe 7, 8 years old. So, I've always been making music. It's something that kind of came natural to me, that I, just picked up on. My older brothers and sisters, they were, big influences as far as me growing up and listening to what they listened to in the household. But influence from, Jersey house music to hardcore hip hop, R&B, disco, calypso, all types of music. So, I was always in the music. I was always around it. So it was kind of a natural progression for me to pick up on it and start creating myself. Really how I got into trying to, make it and create songs and recording and all that stuff was my older brothers. They kind of heard me, playing around with music and writing music with a neighborhood friend of mine. And they were like, yo, like, this is crazy. Like, y'all are actually dope. Y'all created a whole song, got a chorus and all that. So they were impressed. They knew people who were producers, and it kind of, you know, it took off from there. So that's kind of how it started for me.
Oh, okay. Because I know some people who are probably watching it, you know, when they see you, they probably think that, oh, you just, you know, you've been out for, you know, because we know you've been out for a while. But I know some people probably think when you was on the Circle and watching season 3, correct?
Season 3, yep. Yep.
Now, when you got on that show, how did that feel for you?
That
when
was...
you saw everything, like from when you filmed and when, you know, the playback, or when they show you the final product of what was aired.
That was interesting because that was a whole nother phase. Like I said, I've been doing music for a while, but I wasn't always necessarily out in my music. I wasn't always a Q+ artist. So that probably didn't come about until 2014. So I had just put out, you know, my first actual solo project. And maybe a year or two later is, you know, when I got a DM from Nunu. He just hit me up, you know, just randomly out of the blue, like, yo, I got this project. I think you would be good for it. And I had never seen the Circle. I wasn't even really aware of the Circle yet at this point. And I just, you know, hit him up and said, you know, we chopped it up. We had a conversation. It seemed like a good idea, good opportunity. I was, you know, working on a new project at the time. So, it was, you know, lining up. It was great promo. I had stuff to kind of showcase and talk about. So I decided to do it. Why not? I definitely didn't know what I was getting into 100% before I had agreed to it. But it was cool. It was a good opportunity. I was looking forward to it. It was definitely a big experience for me. Nothing I had ever been a part of like that before. But it was good, man. I loved it. Overall, I had friends that I made, you know, from the show to this day that I'm still cool with. That's something we could go back and look at, you know, forever. You know what I mean? That's dead. That's going to be online forever. So it was dope. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, because when I seen you, I was happy with what I saw, because, you know, you were doing your thing, and it was good that you opened up a lot of stuff in your life.
Yeah.
Now, you know, when I know that aired, I know season 3, it was like before the whole pandemic happened. How did the whole pandemic kind of affect your creativity and just the way you flowed and how you were trying to do your own thing, you know, when it first occurred last year?
Yeah. I mean, it actually helped. You know, it kind of forced us to sit down. I'm not a full-time music artist, you know what I mean? I have a full-time job that I use to, you know, pay for and invest in my creative projects and all of that stuff. So I was able to, you know, sit down and not have to do that. And I was allotted more hours in a week to, you know, put towards my creativity, which was, you know, kind of a blessing in disguise. So that's kind of how it worked out for me. I ended up, you know, getting back with the group, The Alliance, as well as, you know, I'm a solo artist, but I'm also part of a group, a collective of other artists. And, you know, we started working back together. We put out a bunch of freestyles last summer, and that kind of led to us working on a new project, which is kind of what we've been working on, you know, during the whole pandemic. So we've been busy, you know, creating, staying busy. Yeah.
Even though I know the answer to this question, do you want to let everybody know who's in the Alliance that maybe we may know or may not know?
Yeah, absolutely. So you got me, of course. It's your man, Mr. B Hood. You got IKP, the infamous King of Positivity, and DJ Swanee River. So it's 4 of us. We make the Alliance. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we actually working on our follow-up to our first project that came out in 2016. It's like a little EP, 8-track EP. But we got a full serving we coming out with at the end of July that we're gonna be dropping. So we got a lot of stuff about to be coming out soon. Actually, within the next couple days. So
okay.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't the perfect time when I hit you up and I actually
absolutely really good timing.
That time, man. Now, how would you describe your music? Because we know you're a hip hop artist and everything, but how would you really describe it? Because, you know, sometimes every hip hop artist is different with how they do their sound. How would you really explain it for anybody that probably wants to know who you are?
For me specifically, my sound, I would kind of compare to like soul food. You know how, you know, I got a big theme. My last project was called Gourmet, so I got this big food theme going with my music. But just, you know, top of the line. You know how you can eat like Chinese food, and then a couple hours you're gonna be hungry again because you just don't get that sustenance. You know what I mean? But you eat a nice meal, you eat a full meal with, you know, the right calories, the right veggies, the right minerals, and all that stuff. You're gonna be full. It's gonna sit right, which is gonna, you know, benefit you in the long run. So that's kind of what my music is. It's nice, enjoyable. You get to listen. You get that easy, you know, that what do you call it? That fast I forgot how you say it, but you get that satisfaction from the listening. But then once you listen and break down the lyrics and you start getting more, and then you start peeling back the layers, it's more, it's more food for the soul. So it's not just on the surface. It's deeper than that. So that's kind of how I describe my music.
Okay. What made you come up with the name EarthTone as your stage name?
It's interesting. My first stage name when I was younger, because like I mentioned, I was like 8-7 years old doing music. So my first stage name was Cautious. So I went by that for a while. And then I backed away from music for a while. I went to school. I played basketball in college. So I did the whole sports thing in school. And then once I graduated, I got back into music. And, I was trying to find a name. I wanted something that made sense, something that, fit me, fit my personality, my style. And it kind of just came. Like, I don't know how it came to me, but when I heard the word, it was like, oh yeah, that make perfect sense. And I kind of said it to like a couple of friends, just throwing it out there, see what they say. And everybody ran with it. And they were like, yeah, that's it. So it kind of came from that. So it was one of those things that just made sense. And I just ran with it.
Nice. Because I always want to know that, because I know we've been friends for a bit. So I was like, I wonder why you got so EarthTone.
Yeah.
Like, does it have a different layer or maybe a different substance about them because that's different from everybody? You really kind of answered what I really
Yeah. It kind of makes sense. Like all of those things, when you think about, what the word means, and then you think about the color palette, the different tones, and then you think about tone and music, sound. So it kind of just, it all makes sense.
Okay. Now, since we know you do the music and everything, and we know you did web reality series at one point, we know you're doing the podcast. You're a podcast host. So let's talk about, is it the Herbal Tea Podcast, as we call it?
Exactly. Yeah, the Herbal Tea Podcast. Yeah. So I launched that last year. It's been a year and a half now. We've been doing that. With my homie IKP, one of the members of the Alliance. He's also a fellow Q+ artist, hip hop artist, producer.
Like we love, I love you too. I've seen what you've done with EarthTone.
Yeah, man. So we kind of, it was pretty much. Yeah, we was pretty much just, I felt it was a void there. We don't have a lot of shows, a lot of platforms that really take our music and listen to it with a close ear. You know what I mean? And really give like constructive feedback and break down the music, because especially as independent artists, we put a lot of work and effort into putting these projects together. Putting out a single, and sometimes it comes out and that's pretty much it. It falls upon deaf ears. You did all that work, and it's like, you pretty much did it for you, but you want people to hear it. You want people to enjoy it. So we kind of wanted to create a platform where, artists could look forward to, especially the Q+ community. They could look forward to a platform that, you got a piece of music coming out. It's somebody that's going to pick it up and listen to it, break it down. Whether we love it, whether we don't love it, we're going to break it down and we're going to let you know how we feel about it. So I thought it was just kind of important to, provide that for the Q+ community. Kind of, a spot in the ecosystem that we missing, that, we don't really have. So I thought it was dope to bring that together.
What's been one of the highlights of doing the Herbal Tea Podcast? Because I know, like you said, you was talking about how you guys break down different stuff. What's been like the highlight for you, or what's been like when you think about everything you've recorded and what you've done on there? What's been one standout video that you're like, I love this?
Oh man, I can't necessarily think of one exact moment. I can think of, like, we get feedback sometimes from some of the artists we review, and sometimes because we're pretty honest with the feedback we give, and we don't always know how that artist is going to receive it, how they're going to take it, because people as artists and putting out music, we're sensitive about our shit, like we really are. So I know that firsthand. So to be really open and honest about somebody's music in a public forum, you don't know how that's always going to fly, how that's going to be received. So when we get feedback from artists and they're like, yo, we really appreciate you taking out the time to listen. We really appreciate the feedback, the constructive criticism. Like, that's a big, plus for me. I love to see that, because it just lets me know, what we doing, we kind of on the right pace. And
KP,
people appreciate it. Oh, Peasy in the building?
Yeah, he sure is.
Word, yeah. But yeah, man, that's kind of the biggest thing. It's bigger than, it's something that's bigger than me as an individual, bigger than us as a group. It's kind of more so about the community as an artist community. And we kind of just trying to add to that in a positive light.
Gotcha. Now, I may not. Now, if I'm wrong on this, or if I may have overstepped boundaries, let me know. Have you ever thought about doing movies, or have you done a movie or anything like that? Maybe independent or so that maybe we don't know about, or maybe you're working on?
Nah, I haven't done a movie. I mean, I'm definitely open to it. I'm not kind of closed off to any of that. I've done acting here and there. Of course, I've done a reality series, which is totally different.
Yeah, it's totally different.
But I've done plays in school. I've done, college plays and stuff like that. But I've never done movies, no scripted series or nothing like that. So hey, maybe soon.
What would be like your dream type of role if you actually did get that opportunity? Hi, Miss Stevie, we see you.
I don't know. I would want to do something like kind of different and challenging. Maybe play like a mogul, a tech mogul or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like something different, something you would never expect from me. Gotcha. I would want to play something like that.
You got the comments. You got Miss Stevie saying she loved you since the Circle days.
Oh, Miss Stevie, what's good? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, man, we got people that, and that's the crazy thing about it. When you do so many things, people kind of discover you when they discover you, you know what I mean? At different points for different reasons. Some people know me from the podcast. Some people know me from the circle. Some people know me from my music. Some people know me from the Alliance. So it's kind of, you never know where those fans are going to come from, but I love it. It's dope.
No, of course. Cause you've done a lot. Cause you even know when I've done different stuff. I know we wouldn't talk. It's been a while since we talked. I know when I do the YouTube stuff and I'm doing the IG stuff. So I know when the other page was before it got hacked, it was a lot going on around that time.
I was gonna say it looked like you had a restart. You had to do a reboot or something.
I had to do a reboot, but at the same time, this reboot is like a refreshing moment because I took that month off when it happened. Because I know I had to let you know what was going on because I know you was wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah.
So I had to let you know what was up. And then, you know what? It was time to come back because I did earlier. I had an interview with one of my friends. His name is Caleb, but he goes by the stage name With the Harmony. So I was letting him know, things happen for a reason.
I was going to say, hey, man, it happened the same thing with the podcast. We kind of had to figure it out. We had if you look at the first episode, we had an actual studio. A friend of mine was working at NYU, so we had that connection where we were able to use a studio. He was filming for us. And then he ended up moving to Minnesota like a month before COVID. And then COVID hit. So like we didn't even know like if we was going to be able to continue the show. We didn't know how we was going to shoot it, who was going to film it. So we ended up, doing it on Zoom for a while. And then we transferred and ended up just, we shoot it right at my crib. I film it. We edit it ourselves. So we kept it moving. So if it's meant to be, it's going to happen, regardless of what kind of obstacles come your way. So I'm glad it worked out.
Same here, because I know at times we didn't talk because I know you were doing your thing, I was doing my thing. So I know a lot of times our schedules would be so like messed up, so we wouldn't even be talking because when I talked to you or Bugs and everybody when you was on the Circle season 3 and how everything was going, we was all doing our thing.
Yeah.
Well, we still are, but you know what I mean.
I was gonna say still are. That's how it goes.
We had to do to survive.
Absolutely.
That's what we had to do. What can you say? Hold on. Seeing something going on here. Because we got everybody trying to be up on our live right there.
Is that what happened then?
Well, no, you got everybody they love you. A lot of people were shocked when they find out you're friends with EarthTone. Yeah,
I appreciate the love.
Everybody. Now when I told it when we had our talk about coming on here, a lot of people were like, EarthTone, the EarthTone. I'm like, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm out. I'm available. I'm accessible. I'm all about the community. We need more platforms like this. You know what I mean? We don't have a lot of platforms. Specifically the IG lives, the face-to-face communication, where you kind of get people outside of what you normally see them as. We don't have too many platforms that focus specifically on us for us. So when I see platforms like that, I'm all about it. You know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah, exactly. But people know now. They're gonna know now because they gonna see This is because really a lot of people don't realize you were a big star before you even came on this platform right here. But
I mean,
talking about like
I don't know about a big star.
Well, no, it's no, but still, you're gonna have a lot of people who already know you from different platforms. They're gonna know what you do more now when they put two and two together. Yeah. So it's
that's
just
what
that
it's about, man. You gotta keep moving.
Because they'll know you got because you know how you got where you're from, where I'm from in Miami. They're gonna realize that we cool with each other. Always have been.
It's a small world now, man. Everything's a click of a button. You know, you be right on the phone. You could be face to face with somebody that's, you know, thousands of miles away. So
exactly,
it's all about, you know, who's cool and who's kind of, you know, really working and doing what they need to do.
Exactly. Now, while we're talking, if anybody has any questions for EarthTone, you can ask them any questions. If you go on the bubble, it has the question mark on there. You can ask him a question. Don't let it be nothing disrespectful. You ask him a question.
Don't be shy.
So that way we can still get the flow going.
Absolutely.
Because I know when I first hit you up, what was your reaction when I actually asked you to come on here? What was your real reaction?
Like I said, man, I'm all for it. Like anybody who hits me up and I see that has a platform and they consistent and they, you know, they professional about what they're doing, I'm open. I don't hold no, you know, barriers, no punches. Anybody who hits me up want to interview, I'm flattered by it. I'm intrigued. I'm not one of those artists who, you know, feel like they're above certain interviews or feel like they're above talking to certain people. Like I'm open to talking to everybody. Because like I said, I still feel like, you know, I'm up and coming. It's a lot of people who don't know who I am. So who am I to turn that, you know, a conversation with somebody that already has an audience that, you know, might not be familiar with me? Why not? You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why I said,
I'm
that's why I had to ask you, because I know when I thought about you, when I saw you, I was like, let me ask EarthTone, because I know EarthTone will be eclectic to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, and like this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I have a podcast myself, so I'm used to chucking it up, talking with people. Like this is light work. So I'm always down to talk and kick it with the fam, you know?
Of course. Oh, you got a question already.
Uh-oh. What we got?
Let's see what comes up. Okay, let's go with it. It's saying, hi, my friend Shay, she said, hi, I'm from Philly, across the bridge. Would you consider doing acting? Which we already kind of answered that question, but go ahead if you want to read that question.
Everybody asked me about the acting. I don't know. Y'all think I should act? Like, should I do a movie or a series or something? What y'all think?
Well, you do that. Look for it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, hey, hopefully somebody out there who, you know, has the power to put me in a movie feels the same way. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely open to do it. You know.
Yeah, you never know, because you're not that because they're looking at you. You know how you present yourself, because you come across very when you present yourself, especially when you do your music and your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that face.
I hope so, man. I would love to do it, because you know that acting bag is different. You know that TV money.
I
that's a different bag. So hey, let's speak that into existence. For real.
I think we do. So anybody that has anything coming up, hit EarthTone up.
Absolutely. Hey, Shay, thank you. I appreciate that. Word.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, who would be for your podcast and everything? Who would be the dream people that you want to have on your podcast if you have a special guest? Come on, your platform. Who would you want? Like names. If you could give me a couple of names, or maybe your top 5.
Top 5. It's interesting because for the podcast, we haven't really interviewed any artists yet. We've kind of strayed away from the artists. We've been interviewing like people kind of outside of the arts, like politicians and executives and figureheads. But a dream artist, like I would love to interview like a Lil Nas X. I think that would be super dope. I would love to interview artists like that, like Frank Ocean. All of the big, you know, Q+ artists that we kind of know about, that are a little bit obscure, don't really have a lot of interviews. We don't really know too much about them. Might know that they fam, but don't really know. Like a Janelle Monáe, I would love to interview her. You know what I'm saying? But these are the type of artists that I would love to sit down and yuck it up with. So those just to name a few. But
that's cool. That's at least you got some answers on that one right there. That's understandable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody has any other questions for EarthTone. I was about to say the government name out loud. I was like, oh, let me say out loud.
Hey, that ain't hard to find either. They already know. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm an open book, man. Everybody know what it is with me. Ain't too much out there that you don't want, that you want to know, that you can't find out.
You know my name and everything, but I'm just saying I know your name too. That's why I was like, let me not say that out loud.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no big. I'm on Facebook with the government and all that. It ain't too hard to find. I ain't secrets.
I kept myself on. I was like, ooh, let me not say that out loud.
You know how some people be like, oh, my government, blah, blah, blah. I ain't tripping. You find it, you find it. It is what it is.
Yeah, I had to catch myself on it because you know how sometimes you just, because I know I just say EarthTone. I don't say your real first name. That's why I was like, ooh, let me bring it back.
Yeah, you gotta be professional. This is what you do. You are an interview, so you already know. You
already seen the stuff I've done.
You gotta maintain a certain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know how to do it because you see me interview our friends. Because a lot of people know we know Bugs Gutter together. We know his husband Chad. We know a lot of people. Mm-hmm. What's up, cousin? I see you on there. But excuse me, right there. I had a look. Go
and get your little sip. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and get a swiggle.
Yeah, I had to get that water in me. But besides, like, we talked about the music, the podcast, potential acting. Anything else that you want to accomplish that you haven't done yet?
Oh man, it's a whole lot. I mean, as far as the music, I don't feel like I put out, the album that I want to put out yet. I'm gearing a lot more towards production. I've been producing a lot more lately, especially on this new Alliance project we putting out. We pretty much putting out, and this is about to be an exclusive I'm gonna give you. We putting out a double album, so it's pretty much gonna be a full length album, and then we're gonna drop a deluxe like later in the fall. So we got a lot of music coming from the Alliance. I produced probably, I would say 50% of the project I produced on the music side. So that's definitely a big step. Me producing more for other artists. I normally produce a lot for myself. All of my own solo projects, I produce, usually over 70% of those projects. But just branching out, working with other artists, starting to produce for more artists. Shout out to Rico, was in here early. I'm kind of in talks with him about working on some production, different things like that. So just a lot of different things, man. Just, kind of spreading my wings, seeing how this podcast thing goes. People seem to like the interviews that we do. So definitely want to start doing more interviews and, see where it goes.
That's cool. You got a question saying, do you have any shows coming up?
I got a show actually coming up this Saturday. 2 shows. I'm gonna be performing in Brooklyn this Saturday, Borough Hall, 6 p.m. Shout out to the Pink Institute, Bugs Gutter, Tia Carter, Rico Cassadine. They'll all be there. The Alliance, I'm gonna bring them out. We're gonna get it in for Pride Weekend, New York City. You already know what it is. Other than that, I don't have anything else on the horizon. Hopefully that'll change. I might be, having a few more shows in July. But we definitely got a lot in store for Julyans, preparing up until the release of the project. So I can definitely stay tuned for that.
Hey, we get a lot of people asking questions. Even I already asked questions about the movies. Everybody saying, have you got any movie offers? I'm like, we just answered the question, y'all.
I would love. Hey, man, everybody bringing up these movies. I'm hoping that's some kind of good juju in the air. I might get a movie role coming up. You know what I mean? Hopefully.
Maybe I need to say that more often. Maybe these questions will be asked more.
Hey, man. This is the first I'm getting it like this. This is like 3 different times I'm asked to be in the movie, so I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
They say good things come in 3.
Hey. Yeah, I might be on to something there.
Remember, your boy KTookes 85 had asked that question, so just in case y'all. But does anybody else have any questions for EarthTone? Because I know we got so quickly. I just realized, damn, we've gone through a lot of questions.
Yeah, that's all you got. You ain't got no more questions.
Oh, I got more questions. I'm just saying.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit me with it
already so quickly. I'm thinking like, damn, did I ask them all these questions?
Hit me with it. I told you, this is what I do. I'm ready for this. I love the questions. So
now, one question. Now, even though I know the answer, well, maybe it's changed. You're gonna have some people asking. All right, are you? What's your relationship status? So, just in case if anybody want to know.
I'm chilling. I'm single. solo dolo, you know, running in these streets, out here enjoying my life.
People that ask me that question, they like, ask if he's single. I'm like, really?
Yeah. I'm single, very single. Yeah, I'm out here.
Okay, look like you got another question. Saying, oh, I like this question. IKP, your boy says, what would you say to your 25-year-old self?
Oh man, oof. What a question. I would say, don't worry about it. Enjoy your 20s because you got plenty of time to figure it out. That's what I would say.
What is your sign anyway? I can't remember what your sign is.
I'm a Leo.
Oh,
Yeah, birthday coming up actually in about a month or so, August 2nd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, summer baby.
Majority of a lot of my friends are Leos. Besides you, I got another friend that's. I ain't gonna say that out loud. Well, he's a Leo. I've known a lot of Leos, and my dad's a Leo too.
Okay. Yeah, I hear a lot about the zodiacs, the Leos. Everybody always they always got something to say about the Leos.
Well, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Some Leos, they get in their feelings about certain stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I treat all that stuff loose though. It's cool, but we all different. Everybody's individual.
Everybody's different, of course.
We all get in our feelings. You know what I mean? You can't pin it down to no zodiac sign.
That's true. What do you got planned for your birthday, or what do you want to do for your birthday?
That's kind of up in the air right now. Like I mentioned, we're releasing this album at the end of the month, so it's kind of gonna coincide with my birthday, which is gonna be like 2 days afterwards. So I'm just hoping that this is a successful release. Everybody fuck with the music, they appreciate it. We might be doing a little album release soiree or something like that. You know what I mean? Stay tuned. But yeah, man, I just want to live it up, hang with the bros, chill with my guys, and hit the city. New York City kind of recently opened up. In a month or so, it's really, really gonna be open. So I just want to get out, hit the city, get bent, get lit, and bring in another year.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Interesting to know. So we know you're Leo. We know all that. We know what you're planning on doing. Well, let everybody know who you're talking about, your group again, for those who joined the Alliance.
Yeah, absolutely. The Alliance. Shout out to PZ right now. IKP for president. Mr. B Hood, DJ Swanee River, the icon, the legend. And yours truly, EarthTone, man. We are the Alliance. 4-man supergroup. The first Q plus and only Q plus hip hop supergroup I know of. You know what I'm saying?
Any guest appearances? That's gonna be on
we have how many features? 1, 2. I think we got 3 features on the whole project. Yeah, I ain't gonna reveal them just yet.
No, don't say it.
It's mostly just the squad. It's mostly just Alliance, but we got about 3 features on the whole project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it should be dope. We're releasing our first video. It's coming out next week, actually, next Friday. So you'll get the first taste of the first single, first video, all dropping next Friday. So we're excited.
Hey, y'all got the exclusive right there.
Exclusive. You the first one to hear it.
You got some of our people who kind of wondering, like, I didn't get this. Like, I love my sister, Miss C. She was just saying, she didn't get this tea when she interviewed you.
Hey, she ain't asked me.
I'm like, I had to ask a question to bro right here. I'm just like,
Hey, that's why I said I'm an open book. All you gotta do is ask. I ain't shy about it. Anything y'all want to know, y'all can find out. It ain't hard to find.
Now, what would be a surprise thing for people to know about what EarthTone likes to do when he's not, working on music or podcasts or anything like that? You just have your free time just to do whatever you want to do. What would be
I don't know. People might find it interesting that I'm really into animals and nature. I love watching nature documentaries and Discovery Channel documentaries about animals, like safari, the ocean, shit like that. So that might be something, a little fun fact that people might not know about me. I love animal documentaries and shit.
Okay, I would have never known that if you didn't say that. I didn't ask that question. I would have never known that with you.
You never know. But yeah, that's my shit. Yeah.
I would thought you've been one of those reserved dudes, be like, listen, I'm just gonna just get my sleep on.
I mean that too, of course. But those are typical answers. You want to think of something you wouldn't know. Of course, everybody let it sleep. Everybody let it get it in. But
the longest we've been friends, I would have never known all that.
Never know. Yeah. Yeah.
See what happens when you don't talk to your friends for a while, guys, and you
How I go.
got all this tea.
That's how I go.
Hey.
Is that tea? I don't know if it's tea.
It's a lot of tea for me because there's a lot that we never discussed.
Well, that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? That's why I enjoy doing these interviews, because I don't always get the platform to kind of, talk about different things. You know what I mean? People always see me in a certain light, or they might see me on a show, or they might hear my music or whatever, but we don't really have a lot of places where we can sit down and, just let our hair down and talk and have a conversation and let people kind of in behind the curtain a little bit, So I appreciate these kind of platforms.
And I'm glad to know that and hear that.
Word.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was nervous thinking that I hope this is gonna be enjoyable for him.
Oh yeah,
but, because you never.
That's why when you was seeing me, I was like, listen, I'm cool. Give me the date and the time.
Exactly.
This is gonna be fun. We there. This is nothing to be nervous about.
See, I'm just nervous. I just get nervous because I want to make sure I ain't boring the audience.
That's funny. I be telling IKP the same shit. He be having the same thing. We got something planned. He be getting. I be like, listen, it's gonna work out. It's us.
Exactly.
We cool. You know what I'm saying? We got
another question.
Okay.
It is from
the question.
Right, they're saying, would you do a cabin trip and question mark Catskills or Lake Tahoe or what's the name? Poconos?
Ooh, I would definitely do a cabin trip. I actually want to do one of those like the gay campground joints. I know they had like the little adult camping, summer camp type joints. I would love to do something like that. I've never done it before. I've been hiking before. Especially younger. I've been hiking. I've been to the Poconos. I've been to Pennsylvania. I've hiked up, Hawk Mountain, different stuff like that. But I've never gone to like a specifically like a queer event where it was just, like a gay event in the campground. So that would be dope. I would love to do that. That would be hard. I don't know necessarily where though. Lake Tahoe sound hard. I like the lakes.
Well, your partner in crime saying cabin trip or hike trip will be the most thing you want to do.
See, the hike trip, it's a lot of walking, a lot of energy. I might just want to do the camp and chill out, cool out. You know what I mean? But you might go hiking on the camp trip. So I don't know. I don't want to rough it. Like I don't want to go out there and sleep amongst the bears.
Well, no,
maybe different kinds of bears, but
or more the hike trip. That's what he was.
I like the cabin because I want to kind of hunker down, chill. We be in the the little log cabin. You can get your little grill, start your fire, have your little s'mores and all that. That would be dope. Yeah.
Because how some of us black folks, we don't like to be up in the, they don't like us being in the snow and all that.
That's what I'm saying. It got to be a nice cabin. Like I ain't trying to be in a tent and out in the forest. Like I want a nice little cabin in the woods. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was your partner in crime, IKP. That was a good question. I like that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about or want to plug up, like projects?
I think we pretty much covered everything I can talk about. I got a few surprises coming up this summer. Definitely some big news in regards to the podcast possibly. I got a few other projects working on, that's in the works. But first and foremost, the biggest thing is this Alliance project that's coming out within a month. Like I said, we got a lot of content that's going to be coming out pretty much starting next week, the top of next week, Monday. So look out for that. Be on the lookout for the video that's coming out. We had a lot of fun shooting that. We literally just got the final cut today. So we approved that. So we're really excited to share that with you guys. Yeah, man, and just stay tuned and store. I don't know, you may see me pop up on Amazon or Netflix in a series or a movie or something since,
If you pop up one of those, you better hit me up and tell me ahead of time.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out here moving and shaking, man. So we'll see what happens.
Let everybody know where they can follow you on your social media, so that way if they want to follow you, they can follow you.
Absolutely. At EarthTone Music, that's EarthThmuziq. That's pretty much all my socials, IG, Twitter. I actually have a TikTok, even though I'm not on there crazy. I need to start getting active on there. Facebook.
I've never been on TikTok, but I know they life on there. It's not my thing, but I don't know nobody else that does it.
Well, that's what everybody says that it's not on it. And then once they get on there, they seem to love it. So I might get over there and just mess around with it and see what's going on. But yeah, man, you can find me at EarthTone Music. I'm pretty much primarily on IG. That's where you could kind of get me and reach me and DM me and all of that good stuff. But you know, my website is there. You can hit the link in my bio to look at all of the videos, all of the content. Herbal Tea Podcast. We got a new episode just dropped last week. New episode coming next week, every first and third Thursday of the month. Video and audio. Yeah, man. And stay tuned. Go check out that Quarter Water.
Exactly.
Already out. That's officially the first single off the Supergroup album. It's coming out end of July.
And you comment saying from, didn't mean to cut you off. You got a comment from Only Dougie Doug saying, thank you, EarthTone, for the song Hurry Up, because it was very inspiring.
Oh, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. That was the lead single off my last solo project, Gourmet, which is my joint. Actually, I wish I could have dropped more videos from that project, but you know how that goes. That's one thing that people don't realize about, you know, being an independent artist. It takes a lot of money to come out with these videos, to record quality music, production, engineering, mastering, you know what I mean? Like you have to invest a lot into yourself. So, you know, shout out to all of the artists that's doing it, dropping videos consistently, putting out music, because I know what it takes, and you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And for those who want to follow your boy right here, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KTookes85, which y'all see right here. Like I say, follow me on right here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to his channel, because you know he has some good stuff too.
Absolutely. Hit all them buttons, subscribe, like, all that.
Check out SoundCloud too, because I know a lot of people, because somebody asked me this question. I want you to know this. One of my friends was like, because, you know, they know the Circle NYC, like we talked about, not when you was on, you know, when you was on there, but because your song Small Circle was on season 4 theme song.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, where can I hear this song? It's on his SoundCloud, you guys.
That's so funny. So many people ask about that song. Yeah. That's a dope song. That was on a mixtape that I put out in, I think, 2014. So that's kind of an old song, and it's not. It
sounds good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of, you know, good music lasts. That's what I was saying when you asked me to describe my music. Like, I don't necessarily make music that fit with the trends. I don't try to chase a sound. I don't try to go for whatever's hot now. I just try to go for, you know, whatever makes sense for me. You know what I'm saying? It got to resonate. It got to leave you with something. You know what I'm saying? After you hear it.
I'm gonna say this real quick to some people that came on here. 7D, love you. Baylor Project, we got
7D, what's popping?
My platform.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of what it's about. You know, you could put out music, and music is so saturated nowadays, especially with the Q+ community. Like, it's a new gay rapper every day. You know what I mean? It's a lot of us out there.
Of any type of artist. It don't matter if you're LGBTQ. It don't matter if you're jazz artist. Baylor Project.
That's all good, but I want to focus on, because we never got the spotlight on us. We never had the focus. We never had, you know, our own corner. So I highlight Q+ specifically because I come up in an era where you couldn't Google and find gay rappers. You couldn't Google and find a Pride event. You couldn't look up and see all of this stuff. We bombarded with it now, and I say it's saturated now, which is a great thing, because that's 180 from how it was, you know, just a few years ago. So I'm not mad at it being saturated, but I just want to distinguish, you know, what I do and what I put out from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You got to leave people with something to keep talking.
I think they're going to know it because from your personality, because people got to realize that you're very confident, but at the same time, you've always been encouraging. You've been very uplifting to other people. And, you know, you've been very brutally honest, and not in a way where it's like disrespectful, but in a way where people will get where you're coming from. So that's why I'm glad you came on my platform.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate that. That's dope.
That's why I had to have you on here. So that way people won't be thinking that, oh, I'm trying to get him to get, you know, because of a certain, because he's maybe hit at the moment. No, he always been a hit right here. This one right here always been a hit. He knows it, and he opened a lot of doors just for me, just being just a blogger and everything. So, because you seen my music taste and everything, it's huge. You seen stuff, so that's why anybody who's inspired me and just who's been a good friend, because he's been a good friend to me, you guys. So this is like one of those thank yous. So I want to give him. So EarthTone, I appreciate it.
Oh,
And
man.
we really appreciate you really coming on here. I know we probably had made everybody come on here so late, but we appreciate you guys just even taking the time to watch this live. It will be on YouTube soon. We're trying to get everything together, but when it does come out, we will we will give you guys the YouTube link and you guys can watch it.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, showed out, man. We
All of you
appreciate
guys that came on here, because I know you guys could have been watching anything else, but you appreciate it and watched us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So EarthTone, you and I, you know I got love for you. And anybody else here, I got love for all of you guys. And thank you so much for watching us. And EarthTone, we're about to bounce, y'all. So have a great night.
I appreciate it, man. This was fun. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. So we'll see you guys on the next go round. So have a good night, y'all. Bye.
Adios. Deuce.